absolutely hot, but the prior few I think have numbed things a little bit. So.
It's a little bit easier, right? Yeah. There's
Yeah.
no taste buds anymore, too.
But I will take a little more water.
There you go. Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Zach Osendorf, and you're watching The Wash. It's a show where it all comes out, and today I'm joined by Kyle Ledger of the Accel Group. Kyle, how are we doing today?
Doing well. Thanks,
Good,
Zach.
good.
Yeah.
How are we with hot foods, hot things?
Not too bad. I would say I'm a medium salsa
Yeah?
kind of guy, so first half might go okay. We'll see about the rest.
Yeah, okay. Well, with that, let's jump in. All right, Kyle. So to start, can you explain the story of how CITY and the Accel Group became partners? I hear it all started with having kind of like mutual connections.
Yes. So I've known Chris Carcello for a long time. He's the sales director here at CITY, and so he introduced me to Colin.
Yeah.
At the time, Colin, his stance on what we do, which is we provide insurance and risk management, was that they were in a pretty good spot, but always open to hearing about new strategies. So got together, talked through things, and ended up partnering. So yeah, it's gone well since.
Yeah, was that an easy process? I mean, you knew Chris beforehand, or did you meet him, as professionals first, or were you kind of friends outside of work?
Friends and neighbors.
Nice.
Outside of work.
Perfect.
Yeah. So easy introduction.
Easy in.
And yeah, has gone well for I think almost 6 or so years.
Cool.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I see you guys all the time. So
That's right. Yeah.
All right. So for those who don't know who you are, can you share who you are and who you work for?
Yeah. Name is Kyle Ledger. For the most part, grew up here in Iowa in the Midwest. Been in the insurance business for about 8 years. Prior to that, worked at the Board of Trade in Chicago, traded Treasury bond futures.
Oh, that's cool.
So a couple different things, but really enjoy what I do now.
Yeah.
Work for a company called the Accel Group. It started with 2 relatively smaller insurance agencies that decided to merge and become the Accel Group.
Yeah.
It's a great place. It's a nice size of company as far as what we do. Not so small that we don't have resources,
Yep.
but not so big that we don't have flexibility and the ability to have influence on certain things. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
That's maybe that in a nutshell. Okay. I would say number 3 might be less spicy than number 1.
Right?
So,
Yep. See,
pretty consistent.
we
so
like
far.
to be nice to our guests when we first start out, right?
Appreciate
So-
it. Yep.
All right. So, how can there be no cost and no commitments for your Discover Risk Audit?
Okay. Yep. Good question.
Yeah.
So, the services that we provide all relate to risk and minimizing risk, which connects to business insurance. And so, with business insurance policies, there's a commission that's built into the premiums that companies pay.
Yeah.
So that's our sole source of revenue, is
Yeah.
the commission that the insurance carrier pays to the agency. And there's enough there that we've built out our services to be able to offer those for no additional cost to our clients.
That's
Yeah.
good. That's
Yeah.
good. I'm assuming that's a good thing because City wouldn't have that if it weren't for Accel.
Yep, I would agree. And I would say not all services are created equal.
Yeah.
Some agencies have gone more so into the online resources and templates.
Yeah.
Our take is that we like to have people to begin with, and then those resources are behind the people to create the whole service plan.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I learned something there.
There you go.
There
Yeah.
we go.
Okay. Okay.
Cool. Not bad. It's
Okay.
got a good taste to it. Yeah.
Good taste, but I can tell we're starting to get to not just flavor, but
Exactly.
but heat.
Yes, exactly. All right, cool. So when you aren't working, where do you typically find yourself?
So I have 3 kids, 3 daughters. freshman in high school down to 5th grade, so spend a lot of time kind of in the taxi driver stage
Yep.
of life.
Absolutely.
Although my oldest will get her driver's license in August, which is a big deal.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Drive yourself around a little bit, yeah?
I do need a drink of water.
There you go. You can have as much water as you want.
Yep, so really enjoy going to kids' things, whether it be dance, music, basketball, golf, a variety of things.
Yep.
And then as far as aside from that, a little bit of golf, a little bit of fishing.
Yeah.
Just like to get outside and have some fun.
So this part of the show is Explain That Graham. We like to take a deep dive into people's social medias, or if you've done, you've been in videos with us prior to being on this show. We have you we take kind of a screenshot, and we have you kind of explain this. So you were in one of our videos a while back, and what was that experience like? Having a camera follow you around all the time, and just kind of like be a fly on that wall and stuff like that.
Yeah. Experience with the video was fine. You guys do a nice job of catching things, but not, being overly visible.
Right.
So that was perfectly fine. The picture you're showing, I remember it was a combination of really two very collaborative or it made sense to combine the two things, which is the service team that we have, again, relating to risk and minimizing risk, and then your first aid division. So the products that also would contribute towards minimizing risk. I know you guys sell first aid and do first aid cabinets. So that combination of safety services and safety products was a nice fit.
So when doing an audit, what are some of the most common areas of risk exposure that you and your team discover when doing an audit?
I would say it varies. It's been a great experience working with City for a number of years and going through the progression of it being a single plant to City acquiring another laundry up north.
Yep.
So that process of adding additional processing plants, obviously several depots and all of the transportation that goes along with that. So that's been really interesting to see and learn.
Yeah.
I would say each audit is a little bit different. A lot of times we can clean up the insurance program on the one side, and then Lisa, who is part of our team that does more so the safety OSHA compliance,
Yep.
she'll walk through the facility and a lot of times find some really valuable things to point out and
Right.
and not just point out, but then be involved in helping get those solved or buttoned up.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of a cool thing to have because
Yeah.
you're running a business. You're not always looking for these little intricacies of maybe like a safety thing or something. So it's nice to have the Accel Group come in and actually do that and make sure everything's up to standard. So that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, totally agree. It's a very nice way for us to get to know the business on the front end in a pretty thorough way.
Right.
A lot of times we can help the business owner understand their own, not just business, but the exposures a lot better than they did previously.
Right.
So,
Right. Yeah. That's a cool thing.
Yeah,
That's a cool
appreciate
thing.
it. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna kind of take it the sports route for this question.
Okay.
So, what's it like being a Cubs fan and experiencing one of the darkest times in Cubs history in person?
So the Bartman game.
The Bartman game.
Yeah.
Let's hear some insight from someone who's actually been there.
So I mentioned, I don't know if we were rolling, but the Chicago Board of Trade. After college, I lived in Chicago for about 7 years. Board of Trade trading hours worked really well as far as getting out on a Friday afternoon and hitting a Cubs game.
Yep.
So we'd go to a lot of Friday afternoon Cubs games. Great stage of life to do those things. So it was a lot of fun. I did happen to be at the Bartman game. We were in the left field stands, and so when the fly ball came through, everyone stood up.
Yep.
So it took a little while for us to understand what had happened.
Yep.
There's some small, at the time, video replay screens, and
Yeah.
so we kind of gathered what happened. And then it was really the rest of the game and the next game that led to the end of the season. But
Right. Yeah.
yeah, those were fun times. Went
Yep.
to a lot of Cubs games and
Yeah.
had a lot of fun.
So you recently became a CSC approved vendor. Can you explain why you decided to become a member of CSC?
So through several conversations with Colin Wetlaufer, he and I get together pretty regularly, whether it be coffee or lunch, and talk through a number of things. We've talked about this for quite a while, and his experience. Time out.
There you go. There it comes. See, they eventually catch up to you a little bit. Yeah.
Gotta take a pause there. His feedback, his feedback to us as far as the value that we've provided on the insurance program, on the minimizing risk, whether that be OSHA compliance, transportation related risk. He gave us a lot of good feedback, ideas, that sort of thing, and so through that dialogue, he introduced our team to the CSC folks, and it seemed to be a category where there could be some value delivered. There wasn't necessarily a property casualty insurance plus risk management provider that could help the CSC group, and so that led to us having some dialogue with the CSC team and becoming a member.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I've been to a couple of those conferences down in Vegas and stuff, and you truly get to know like everybody in the laundry industry like that, and you see how tight knit it is too.
Yes.
And so and it gives you good networking opportunities to just go down there and actually meet face to face a CEO or someone like a decision maker. So it's cool that you guys are finally in CSC. So congratulations.
Yeah, appreciate it. It's and the people that we've met, several of the owners, a lot of multi-generation family-owned businesses, really a neat group.
It is.
Happy to be getting more involved.
80% of the way. You're doing really well. You're doing very, very good.
Yep.
So these next two are going to be maybe a step up, but like I said, that last one, you don't have to eat it all.
Yeah, I don't plan to. I don't plan to.
All right, wing 9.
But to Mark Ballow's point, I'm not a quitter. So.
There you go.
I'm not a fucking quitter.
I hear you have a pretty close-knit team. Describe your team dynamics and how you were able to build a team with a variety of skill sets.
Yeah. The group in our office that I work with most, we just approach things in a very common, synergistic way. Cassie, Lisa, Andrea, we each do slightly different things, but we all approach things the same way, which, complete integrity, do things the right way the first time, and I guess just in a nutshell, we work well together. Because I don't think we've ever even really discussed those things. We just know each other well enough that's how we approach things.
That's a good thing. It's a well-oiled machine.
I suppose. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That makes it easy. It makes it easy to come into work and know that your coworkers have your back too, and things are done a certain way. And if you follow that plan, then things will take care of themselves. So.
That's right. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we've reached the top of the hot sauce mountain.
Okay.
This is where the bomb comes into play here.
That's the name.
That's the name of this. Yeah, it's got a big nuclear warhead on it.
Okay.
It's the smallest bottle, but I think it's got the biggest punch. So
Okay.
I'll let you.
We'll give it a shot.
Yeah. Let's eat the wing. Yeah.
I think absolutely hot, but the prior few I think have numbed things a little bit. So.
It's a little bit easier, right? Yeah. There's
Yeah.
no taste buds anymore too.
But I will take a little more water.
There you go. All right, Kyle. No, I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day and coming and eating these wings with me, and it's been a pleasure. You've been a great sport, and appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
So, being that you help mitigate risks for a living, when was the last time you took a big risk, and what was the outcome of that?
That one's got me stumped.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I think it's been a while, but when I did get out of trading, which was it's about 8 years ago, but that was a tough transition. So around that 2008, the financial meltdown sort of created the situation where for me it was not really viable to call trading independently a stable long-term career.
Yep.
And so it was time to do something new. And so looked around for a fair amount of time, but found a few people that I knew that worked at the insurance agency that was the one that merged and became the Accel Group.
Yeah.
People were great. They had a process that was a little bit unique, different from most, and so I really gravitated towards that and decided to sort of take the risk with a young family, being in the professional world, to do something completely new.
Yeah.
With trading, my focus was more so on
There it is now.
the bomb's kicking in.
Feel like the more you talk with it, like all the air is getting in there.
Does the high definition show the
Yeah,
tears?
yeah. We'll get a quick zoom in
yeah.
of Kyle.
Make sure I get the right spot on the napkin
Yeah,
there.
there you go.
Yeah, so staying in that trading world probably would have led me back to maybe Chicago.
Yeah.
At the time we had moved back to Iowa. And so the decision that my wife and I made was to just look into something completely new, but I'm happy I did. Happy I found the Accel Group, and
Absolutely.
everything's going well.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I'm glad you made it to the
Oh,
the table
smokes.
here. Yeah, yeah. You can see it's affecting you a little bit here, but
bomb,
I
yeah.
really do appreciate you coming in and sitting down and talking with us today. And I thought that was great. Great sport. And if you like that, please like and subscribe to our channel down below. And that was The Wash with Kyle Ledger. So thank you, Kyle.
Appreciate it. Yep.
There we go. That's it.
Okay.
That's it.